Alright mate, Slamid here, and welcome to some more Smash Bros. World of Light. So, last time we unlocked Charlotte, who was hiding in the caves, and this time we'll be fighting these idiots. Now, this may or may not be the second take at this, because I realised the volume of my TV was too loud. So, hopping into where we are now, we've got these idiots. These are a bit annoying. And I realised, I'm recording at like 8 o'clock at night. And the reason why I'm recording at 8 o'clock at night is because I've got no consistent sleep pattern right now. And literally, I woke up like a few hours ago and I thought, I'll edit a video, I'll record a video, and I'll upload a video. So yeah, as of doing this, it's November the 10th. I might put my first Let's Play episode. I thought I'd give myself like 10 days to get a few stuff pre-recorded and that, and I've got like, I think maybe 6 or 7 stuff recorded so far. So when this goes up on like whatever, November the 20th or something, there'll be a few episodes up. I have actually been really getting into making videos recently, and one thing I will say is that I actually really enjoy making stupid thumbnails for them. A lot of the thumbnails, well, not the thumbnails, but the videos themselves are actually based on stuff for 17 Gaming. And basically, the thumbnails are just a result of the wacky stuff that just comes to mind. Can this Pikmin man just like disintegrate or something? They're not even dying, he's too small. I need to increase the size of these guys so I can like correctly hit them with me attacks. But yeah, what's it called? I make really like funny thumbnails for these things, and it's all just because I find it funny, really. That is literally the only. In fact, let me check out the skill tree. It's all because I find it funny. So that's why I have some really outrageous thumbnails. Now we've got the additional mid-air jump. Let's see what we should be working towards next. I think this one down here, that's pretty good. I think it's Poison Smash. We'll get that. We'll get that. And then that way we can make our way around that way. But yeah, we've got another opponent in our way. I already know where it is, because I've played World of Light a surprising amount. Like, probably more than your average person, but not more than speedrunners, because speedrunners go absolutely crazy on this thing. But yeah, we're going to be facing against Olimar. If I had a Slime Can't Speak counter in the top corner, I would actually add that to it. But like I said like a few episodes ago, I'm not doing that because I personally don't see the point in it. Plus it would get rather large rather fast. Anyway, with Olimar removed from World of Light and unfortunately added to our stupid squad, we'll be moving on along. Now, Olimar is a character that at one point in this game used to be like absolutely broken in World of Light. Because essentially he would get spirit buffs and then his Pikmin themselves would also get spirit buffs. So spirits that would buff someone's attack by, like, say, going from like, let me think, like say 32 damage all the way up to like 76. With Olimar, it would buff it from 32 to 76 and it would buff it again. Olimar would be doing like 212 damage per hit. And that actually made Olimar somewhat fun to play, but as it is now, that's been patched out and Olimar is no longer fun to play. Which is unfortunate, because the thing is, I actually genuinely understand what they were going with Olimar, but it's just not fun to play at all. He just feels like he simultaneously feels like they were trying to go for a big Pikmin reference with how his Pikmin worked, but also lent so hard into that Pikmin reference that the actual gameplay of Olimar suffered as a result. And now he just kind of feels unfun to fight against and unfun to actually play as. Which arguably, I think that's even worse than having an unbalanced character, because if a character's unbalanced but at least fun, there is at least the casual enjoyment out of it. But whenever you got a character who's both like unfun and not like fun to actually fight against, it just comes across as like, yeah, you tried, but nobody's really impressed. I will say though, basically every other character in the game at least has one good aspect to it, so it's more or less Olimar is like a small flaw in an absolutely amazing game, if anything. But anyway, hopping along, we just got Captain and got the boat, and why is DDD doing this? Oh, come on! He's just being awkward on purpose now. I was doing like a combo on him and he just decided, nah, I don't feel like dying today. Which just kind of slows us down, really. But yeah, I've really been getting into like a sort of a rhythm with Let's Playing recently. Just like, all I need to do is just sit down, turn off anything that's noisy around me, tell everyone to stay the hell out of my room so they can watch it caught. Can actually make videos in peace. I know the get out of my room and playing Minecraft thing is a bit of a meme, but whenever you've actually got like family members that just like casually just walk in to look out the window and stuff like that. Well, not so much anymore. It was more so whenever there was a lot of construction work going out behind the back, which is the main reason why I haven't actually recorded for a long while. The other reason mainly because I had a lot of computer issues, like take for example the power pack on my computer completely went at one point. So I could literally just be playing on my computer for like a few hours and it just completely crashed. So I didn't want to actually, like, it wouldn't even completely crash, it would just completely go down. So I didn't actually want to like start anything like Let's Play because, well, it was a risk that I could start like recording something and then my computer would just decide, right, that's it lads, I'm done with existing, and just like, dead. And that's honestly not the kind of thing that you'd want to be doing while Let's Play, just having your computer die on you like that. But anyway, I haven't actually addressed it yet, but we've swapped over to Banjo because I just genuinely don't like Olimar. I think it would be pretty obvious now that I don't like how Olimar plays, considering I roasted him for about a solid 2 minutes, but with these guys, when they stop spamming, and I mean really stop spamming, because oh my god, they are not stopping with them crappy star rods, are they? Just bulldoze one of them. Oh, I was hoping like EDSD then. I was going to say there's 2 out of the way, but that's not evidently there's like, I've been saying evidently a lot and I don't know why that is. Oh, I could have went for the Wonder Wing kill there that I've been doing a lot in this fight. I've got your Star Rod, it's like, now I've got your power, or whatever it is from Mega Man. Oh, I thought I got him then! He just dodged out of the way in like the very frame that I actually landed that move. So, completely missed. So, moving on, that's something that I've been saying a lot in this Let's Play, but it's more or less just like padding between the whole loading screens, because this game has a lot of loading screens. Moving on to actually one of my favourite areas in this game, and it's just one big massive Street Fighter The World Warrior reference. And just this whole thing where you go through and you do a bunch of stamina battles based on Street Fighter, I just love it.
Ready, go!
See, this is one thing that, like, whenever people have been saying they should change spirits, you know, for the DLC and that, because this would have worked fantastically with Min Min. Because while Chun-Li doesn't have stretchy arms, that's more of a Dalsim thing. Chun-Li's got the funny kicks. And I do feel like the reason why Min Min actually has that rapid jab kick is a bit of a reference to Chun-Li in the first place. But yeah, just like how this is like, you travel around the world's map and, you know, go to all different places. I think we're going over to Brazil now, so we have successfully come to Brazil. Wait, we need a thingy for that. I just have this image in my head of that one gif of the car being forcibly grabbed off the road, being put in like the back of a dump truck or something, and it says "Come to Brazil" on it. it's still surprising me to this day that like Street Fighter 2 has its like tournaments and that, because normally with a lot of fighting games, with the exception of like, you know, Smash Bros and that, wow, Donkey Kong, you are doing a lot of combos. A lot of fighting games like nowadays and that, generally whenever a new one comes out, everyone moves to the new one. And with a few games like, take for example, I think Street Fighter 2 is one of them. And I've heard even like, I want to say Tekken 3 has a few tournaments sometimes. I know a lot of people still really like Tekken 5. Tekken 5 was one of the ones that I spent a lot of time on, mainly because it was really the only one that I had on the PlayStation 2 at the time. But apparently Tekken 5 is like, really, whenever it comes to gameplay wise, like one of the fan favourites. I would have thought, like, you know, obviously they would have went more like Tekken 7 because it's the most up-to-date one and gets balance patches and that. And I've heard Tekken 5's balancing is a bit all over the place itself because, well, I think Steve has got a combo where he can like uppercut someone in the ribs, then like take a sidestep and then do it again. It just completely stun locks him in place. So anyway, we've got the Red Cyclone himself, Zangief or whatever he's called. Oh, come on! I wanted to go for the funny throw. I will go for the funny throw. Every single time I've tried to go for the funny throw in like this Let's Play, the opponent has just decided not to get grabbed every single time. And it's a pain because whenever I've done Legend class spirits, every single time I've like went for a Legend class spirit. Oh come on, just let me funny throw you. He's not letting me funny throw him. He's really doing this on purpose now, just to not let me funny throw him. I mean, it might be because, well, I don't think Banjo's back throw is actually that good. I'm not too versed on like Banjo's actual moveset potential and that. I know it's not like actually Incineroar or Dr. Mario or Ness back throw where you can just kind of be at the ledge at like 80 or something and then just instantly win. But you know how that works. But I think Dr. Mario has got like the second strongest throw in the game. He just kind of picks his opponents up on his shoulder and just like does the big yeet on him. I think that's what everyone's been calling it, the big yeet or the Dr. Yeet or something. It's just kind of amuses me. But yeah, I was actually going on about how I like all the no, actually, that's what I was saying. I was saying about how with fighting games, most people move to the newest installments, and that Melee is like one of the exceptions to that. And then I went on to say that Tekken 5, I believe, and Tekken 3 still has a big competitive following. I want to like do a funny back throw on Little Mac just to KO him, because for some reason Little Mac always has like a really hard time recovering as a spirit, even if even if he's got like an extra jump and that. So with us beating up a boxer in like Las Vegas, we'll be moving on to Spain to beat Vega. Funny how that pans out. One thing I always remember, and I can't remember where I saw it, but like years ago, I remember seeing a video where someone was criticising Vega in Street Fighter 2 by saying that his main ability is to crawl along the wall like a frightened spider. And I can actually see why they chose Meta Knight for this, because not only because of the masks, but because of the whole jumping around like a crazy madman thing. I'm actually surprised, considering how many like Street Fighter spirits are actually in Smash. Why only like half of them are actually in this whole like World Warrior thing? Because I believe T-Hawk, for example, is from Mexico. So you could have very easily had a Mexico place in this, but you just chose not to. Oh, I was going to try and go for the Wonder Wing then, but I thought, nah, he's got his final smash, he might actually be able to hit me through it. I've never actually tried to see if Wonder Wing can dodge through final smashes. Wonder Wing is supposed to be like fully invincible, but at the same time, I know Mii Brawler's counter throw, I know Terry's Buster Wolf, and Sora's counter can all break through it. So I'd imagine, well, obviously Grabs as well. Grabs can break through it as well. This is an annoying fight. This is one that's gave me particular trouble in the past. Because he keeps going for his tiger uppercuts. Or as I used to think they were as a kid, I used to think they were called hyper uppercuts. I don't know, to me, something about, he's doing this again. Because whenever you're playing Street Fighter on a little crappy Game Boy Advance, and all you hear is, hyper uppercut, you can't really tell if he's saying tiger uppercut or hyper uppercut, and because of the compression it did sound more like hyper uppercut. He's doing this again. Oh, and he's got super armor, which means he can just jump through half of our stuff. I suppose you could just like Wonder Wing spam. That worked! That should not have worked, but it worked. One thing I always think about whenever I think of Sagat is one is Street Fighter. I think it was Street Fighter 1 music, which can easily just be described as someone going absolutely mental in the kitchen with some pans. And then the fact that his Street Fighter 1 sprite, actually his knees are really like low down on his leg. So he's like, his knees like only, I'd say like 5 inches above his feet. Which just looks really funny. So anyway, we've got McBison here. And he's really not letting us get a hit in, is he? So you get that he's supposed to be like a legend class spirit, but God, I swear they've buffed the CPUs for this game recently, because they have never been this aggressive before this update. Am I gonna have to try and wonder? He's not even letting me do that. He just kicked Banjo in the neck. What was that about? But yeah, there's a bit of a funny story with M. Bison. Pretty sure most people in the fighting game community already know this. It's not going to be a surprise to Finger. But originally he wasn't called M. Bison, he was originally called Vega. And what actually happened there is M. Bison was originally the boxer, which was, you know, Mike Tyson reference and all, but because Capcom didn't want to have, you know, reference to a real person. Meanwhile, Nintendo just straight up had Mike Tyson's Punch Out. The characters that are the boxer, the dictator, and the guy with the claw had the names swapped around. So the guy with the claw became Vega from Balrog. The boxer became Balrog from M. Bison. And the Finger, the dictator, went from Vega to, well, M. Bison. I wish this guy would stop blocking literally everything I have. And now he's just gonna... and block that as well. Meanwhile, I'm not even gonna be able to do anything now. The thing is I think this is a bit of a flaw with spirits, but for some reason opponent spirits actually charge their final smash meter, that's it. Final smash meter a lot faster than you do. So the thing is you can get hit a lot, which charges meter faster. and they'll still have their Final Smash ready a lot faster than you will. Meanwhile, they can just get hit maybe a few times and they'll have it at like 40%. Anyways, that's 60%. We might actually be able to do something here. Or maybe not. One thing I don't like about Stall and Falls is the fact that you just go into freefall for such a long time and then you just can't be out of it. I think Sonic is the only character who can stall and fall then be out of it. Do you know the funniest thing about this whole thing is that Ganon, as a character, I feel like Ganon needs a bit of a weird buff, but he's a character I don't think they can actually, like, find a way to buff him well. Because of just by design what he's like. He's supposed to be the big character who hits hard, but if you make Ganon hit any harder, he's going to be, you know, kind of broken. But if they, what's it called, if they change, say, his speed, then that invalidates him being the big slow guy. If we, if you would say change his, you know what, we might go for this guy here. I don't know exactly what he's doing, but we might think, yeah. If you say made Ganondorf recover better, then that invalidates him being the big slow guy who can, you know, get wrecked by just being thrown off stage once. Am I really just gonna nair all the time? Is this really what we're gonna do? Is this really what we're going to do? Is this actually how it's going to happen? Can you just grab me off my spring? Yes, he did! I can't believe we won by basically... We equipped a spirit to try and take down M. Bison a little bit easier. We didn't even use it. We just nared and bared the guy. With a bear. But yeah, I was saying about how they swap the names around. I think that's one of the few times in like fighting games in general where they've swapped character names around. I mean, there's ones where they've had different names, you know, in different countries. Like, take for example, Robin in this game, I believe in Japan is called Reflet, and in France it's called Darren, which to be honest just kind of amuses me because like Darren is like a really normal name. I mean Robin kind of is as well, but Robin does sound like more something you'd hear in a fancy RPG type thing. Just reminds me of the fact that they changed Tara Branford's name from Tina Branford because they thought that the name didn't actually sound, you know, that like fantastical in the West. I don't know why I went for Wonder Wing then, but I've recently found that Banjo's actually kind of fun to play, and a lot of people have been saying, oh, they don't like how Banjo plays. I know some people said that Banjo is basically a sword fighter, which is kind of funny to say. I can kind of see where they're coming from, but... Oh, come on! Did that explode when it hit me? I can't believe he used my own funny tactic against me.
Ready? Go!
So anyway, I'm saying about RPG names and stuff like that. I feel like sometimes in these videos I don't talk enough, and it's just sometimes you're trying to find stuff that I'm supposed to talk about. Obviously I'm supposed to talk about the fight, but he's got a gun. One thing I hate in this game is when CPUs will just instantly spawn next to, well, not instantly spawn next to an item, when the CPU spawns. Again, I'm saying spawn when it's not the CPU that's doing it. Think, Slime, think. What I mean is, like, whenever the item spawns in, and it'll be just on top of where the CPU is. On top of where the CPU is. So the CPUs will just grab it instantly. That just, like, bugs the hell out of me. But anyway, now we've got Ryu from Streets. The guy who likes the newest season of The Simpsons and Dirt. As well as Stale Bread. We'll actually be swapping over to him for the next episode. Bit of a cliffhanger there, but honestly I don't care at this point. I'm going to spoil you. But with all that said and being said and stuff like that, do that thing when you like stuff and whatever, and I'll be wrapping the episode up here, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye!